This is Unpacking with Breez Kennedy. All right, so my name is Breez Kennedy. I'm from St. Petersburg, Florida, and I'm an R&B singer. My zodiac sign is a Pisces, and my current mood is happy. I'm always happy. I don't think I'm sad. When I get my heart broken, I'll be sad, but that's about it. I told myself 2025, I'm not answering questions I don't know how to. Are there any specific lyrics by another artist that you find yourself revisiting when you need guidance? What makes them resonate? I'm gonna be honest, I don't go to artists for specific lyrics, but what I do see myself doing sometimes is subconsciously, when I'm making records, I'll end up doing a certain melody and I'm like, wait, this melody comes from somewhere. And then I'll think about it for some time, for a good like 20, 25 minutes. And then I'll realize it comes from a certain other artist. And I'll be like, sometimes I'll be like, okay, that's a little too much, let me switch it. But sometimes it's really dope though, because it gives that vibe of an old song that people could, feel and relate to again. So yeah. All right, next question. Is there a live performance by another artist that left an unforgettable impact on you? What made that moment so transformative? All of Michael Jackson's performances. I remember being 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, going until 18, what I am now. Watching all of his performances and watching I think the performance would be like 2 hours and 20 minutes. The whole thing was just like a experience that I would honestly, this sounds crazy, but I would take away my career for a year just to go and watch him perform live in person one day. But I just like how dedicated he was and how sharp everything was. And that's what made these performances so special. Here we go. Hold on. What song do you associate with some of your happiest memories? Done to me, I can't really explain it. What song is that? I am so into you. Tamia. So Into You by Tamia. And the reason why I'll say that is obviously I don't remember the name of the song and stuff like that, but I just remember when, I haven't seen my mom in like 6 years, but I remember when I used to be with my mom and like we used to drive, because I used to live in Jersey before I moved to St. Petersburg, Florida. So I remember when I used to drive to like New York, for road trips or to do like any acting gigs and stuff like that. I remember hearing that song on every ride and just, having so much joy. I feel like as you get older, a lot of that joy you have as a kid starts to go away. So it just reminded me of that song. I am so into you. If you could thank one artist for the way their music helped shape your personal journey, who would it be and what would you say to them? Going back to Michael Jackson, if I could see him face to face right now, there's two things I would say. The first thing I would say to him is thank you. I really, really appreciate you. I actually I thought about this so many times. If I could say one thing to Michael Jackson, I would just thank him for all of the years of blessing everybody's ears with new music and showing people how to be great. You know what I mean? Because I feel like obviously there's people that show people how to be great, but the way he did it was crazy. So I would thank him, and I would really just ask him questions. Like, I want to be great when it comes to this music stuff, so I'll kind of just ask him as many questions as come to my mind. Okay, here we go. What role does vulnerability play in your music, and is there a particular song where you feel you allowed yourself to be most exposed? Me making music is my safe space. I feel like that's the only place I could be vulnerable and the only place I could just speak on how I feel. I guess, I'm gonna just talk about a song that's out right now. I feel like the most vulnerable song I have, Love Language, because basically I'm telling this girl, tell me what I want to hear so I don't freak out. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's the most vulnerable song I have. Is there a particular memory tied to the first time you felt music was more than sound, something deeper, like a spiritual or emotional connection? Actually, I can answer this one very simple. Dear Mama by Tupac was the first song that really showed me music was more than just music, because I always been a mama's boy. Like if I see my mom crying, I would cry. I would lay up with my mom all day. I loved my mom, and I still do, obviously. But Dear Mama showed me how deep music could really get, because every time I heard it, I would think of her and all of the struggles that she's going through, and how I just want to make it better. So yeah, that was the first song. All right, ready? Are there moments when you intentionally use music as a tool for healing or reflection? What does that process look like for you? I use music to heal every single day, my own music, and that process looks like, I'll tell you the process, what it looks like. It looks like hearing a beat that makes me feel how I'm feeling at the very moment, setting up, you know, the music on GarageBand, and then just singing into a mic and then writing to the words that I sung, and then, yeah, making a song out of it.